Vikings top 90 countdown, 60-46. All right, welcome back to the Onebar Lupagus Show. I'm Onebar with Lupagus, and we're continuing our march down to number one.
Who will be the best of the 90 Vikings currently on the roster? We'll find out in a couple more episodes. But right now, it is 60-46. Some interesting names on this one. Again, continuing what has easily been, I don't know, our most popular series ever.
That is not true, but you know what? It's been fun. It's been killing some time, and we're starting to get into the thick of things where it might get at least a little more interesting. Some very tough decisions. Before we get into that, remember, subscribe to the channel. Also, hit up the Patreon link down below. We're doing a fantasy football league just for Patreons, and we've already got quite a few. Quite a few came in last week, feverishly, as you may say, to join this league.
Absolutely. So, yeah, be sure to do that. Cannot wait to get that thing rolling. We should probably start the league pretty soon and get the guys in who have
actually. It is May.
You got to get everybody in their spots. So, we'll figure that thing out. Again, we're still quite a few spots left, so be sure to hop on and do that. Let's start this countdown right now, though. And coming at number 60, a guy, I got to be honest, we don't know much about him. We haven't seen him play as a Viking, but what you read about him is not very impressive, not great PFF grades. It's our new backup center, Austin Schlottmann.
Yeah, we don't know a ton about him. And really, some of these guys beforehand and even still on this list, we don't know a ton about. So that's generally not a good sign. That's why they're ranked here. And Austin Schlottmann, going off his PFF, very gross. Who knows? Maybe this is the kick in the butt he needed, the kick in the pants.
Well, a lot of his former coaches came over, so they definitely were probably keen on bringing this guy here. So they must like something about him. Again, we don't know. Doesn't sound good. We're putting him at 60. Let's go to 59. Who you got?
We got Vidarian Lowe, the 6th round swing tackle. That I'm excited to see what he brings to the table. Last night on the live, I said he might be the guy that surprisingly gets cut from this draft class, but we'll see what he's got. But our depth works in his favor.
It does. And, a 6th round pick, it was a guy they had this list of guys. I don't know if you saw the video or not, the draft video, but they clearly had about 8 guys they wanted on day 3, and he was in there, and they got him. So they like this guy. We'll see what he gets and what he brings to the table. But yeah, right now I don't know enough about him to have him any higher, and I feel like for a 6th round pick, this is pretty fair ranking for him. This next guy, I know enough about him. I've seen enough. I don't want to see any more. It's Sean Mannion, our backup quarterback.
If this list was top 10, top 90 Vikings who you want to have a beer with, you'd easily be in the top 5. But Sean Mannion, I mean, he deserves a medal just for making it this far. What number are we on? 50 what?
We are 58.
58. Sean Mannion comes in at 58, and I think people will mostly think that he should have been much worse.
Probably. I don't want to talk anymore about Sean Mannion because it makes me sick. But another guy, a guy who, I was very excited when we drafted this guy in the 4th round a couple years back, linebacker Troy Dye, and he just has not panned out.
Yeah, I mean, he's the athletic linebacker. He's smaller. We knew that, but I thought we were going to see some splashy plays from this guy. I thought we were going to see him as a rookie. We can't see him anywhere unless 8 of our linebackers are hurt or maybe on special teams. But Troy Dye, I would actually be pretty surprised if he makes the roster.
I would too. And a guy we've always made fun of the way he looks because he just looks so skinny and scrawny. He doesn't really look like he should be a linebacker. Maybe look better as a receiver. Maybe more natural as a receiver with the build he has. A punter. I don't know. It's just odd-shaped guy. So Troy Dye comes at 57. 56, a guy, again, I don't know much about him. He's coming over from San Francisco. Hasn't played football in a couple years. Defensive lineman Julian Taylor.
Julian Taylor comes in. I mean, he's had some injury issues, I believe, some serious injury issues. So upsides there. I know he's got good size. I know he was out there for the 49ers and played at least a little bit. So, Julian Taylor's a mystery.
He is a mystery. Maybe he'll be a pleasant surprise. Who knows? But 56 thinks it's a fair spot for him. 55, this is a guy everybody's familiar with, and a guy who's probably going to start every single game this year for the Vikings unless he gets hurt. It's center Garrett Bradbury.
Yeah, I'll let you go. I'm yapping here.
Well, I mean, it's just we've seen it. He just cannot hold his own against guys who are bigger than him. He can't anchor. He gets pushed back into Kirk Cousins' dick every single game. Yes, he can get downfield. He can make blocks on the second level, but he cannot hold his own. And when he faces somebody, line up over him. He just gives up way too much ground. He's been a liability since the day he came in here. Garrett Bradbury, he's probably gonna be the starter. This new regime thinks they can fix him, but he's just not a good football player.
You know what's not good is when your long snapper, your kicker, and your punter are all ahead of you on this very prestigious list that we're putting together. So Garrett Bradbury comes in at 55, I think you said. And that's pretty much where he was ranked as far as centers go in the league last year. I mean, he was so far down. So Garrett Bradbury, yuck. Let's go to Perry Nickerson at 54. Old Dontarius Thomas's number, 54.
The old reindeer. Perry Nickerson, very fast. He's a very speedy cornerback, a guy we haven't seen much of, but I think he played a little bit for the Vikings last year, got in a couple games. I don't think he was horrible. So Perry Nickerson, again, probably a guy who's not going to make the team, but he's got some talent to him.
Yeah, he'll be one of those guys that's probably one of the last cuts who's if we made the team, won't be surprised. If he gets cut, we won't be surprised because he's been around. He's played. And the next one we already talked about, our long snapper, Andrew DiPola.
Here he is. He is one of the 53 guys. So him coming at 53 makes a ton of sense. He does one thing. He snaps the ball. He does it well. He does his job. He does what's asked of him. Is he a good football player? I don't know. Probably not, but he's a good long snapper. He does his job. So 53, I think, is a perfect ranking for him.
Yeah, I'm just looking. I butchered his spelling of his name, but honestly, I don't care. So far, this is who we got, 60 to 53. And I should have showed this right when we started, but just a recap quick. This was our 90s. Everybody there, a lot of names probably won't tickle your fancy. Next up was this.
Yeah.
Look at those beautiful names. Future Hall of Famers. And then here we're up to speed. So, all right, next up.
52, we got a guy, a tight end who does one thing, and that's block. It's Ben Ellefson.
Ben Ellefson, he's asked to do one job. He does it fairly well. I think unfairly he's ranked this low because that's really all he does. So really, technically, he probably should be higher, but he's boring blocking tight end.
If he's going to go higher, he can go a whole hell of a lot higher. I mean, he doesn't do much. So Ben Ellefson, I'd rather have him on this roster than Chris Herndon, though, so I feel good about that. 51 is linebacker Ryan Connolly, the former Giant.
Yeah, I mean, if this was like 3 years ago or whenever he had that great year with the Giants, he would probably be in the top 20. And the Vikings brought him over, and he still couldn't see the field. I think he still had some injury issues, maybe. I can't remember. Ryan Connolly, buried on the depth chart, hometown guy, but this is probably even a little bit of a gift for where he's ranked.
Yeah, I mean, his great year wasn't that great. He had played in 4 games, 2 interceptions, 20 tackles, and a sack.
He came on strong at the end or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, he's supposed to be a really good special teamer, too. So Ryan Connolly, 51, fair enough. I don't know if he's making this team or not. 50 is a guy who actually, when he came on the field, I think he played some tight end last year. Good things tended to happen, but when he plays tackle, I'm horrified. It's Blake Brandel.
Blake Brandel, he gets the bump up in my book just because he can play multiple spots. That's it. That's all I want to say about Blake Brandel.
Well, and we really haven't seen Blake Brandel get Oli Udoh, get Rashad Hill, where he just looked horrible and we're disgusted. Like, we haven't seen that game from him, that disgust. I mean, it's probably there. It's probably going to happen if he sees more football, but we haven't seen it. So to me, that's what puts him higher than definitely Udoh anyway.
It's going to be interesting to see between him and Vidarian Lowe who ends up getting that spot on the depth chart. What else will be interesting is this next fella, Johnny freaking Munt, coming in the 40s. He cracks the 40s, 49. This should not have happened.
Well, it's because I think he's actually going to have a fairly significant role in this team. He is Kevin O'Connell's boy. He brought him over, a guy he probably hasn't gotten a real fair look in the NFL so far. He's been second, third string tight end his time with the Rams. So he's been in the league for 5 years now, and he's got a few receptions. So trying to see
the blocking tight end. He's like Ben Ellefson. That's where he was in college. That's where he's been with the Rams. That's what he's probably going to be with the Vikings. If he has more than 5 catches, I will be very surprised.
Yeah, he had one last year for 9 yards.
Woo!
So has not fallen he has not fallen the end zone yet in his career.
All right, we got 2 more. Next up, rookie wide receiver Jalen Naylor. I think we're being pretty nice to him, putting a
Actually, I think you skipped Ty Smith.
Oh, I'm sorry. Dang it. Spoiler alert. Do we have to
He's
talk
getting
about
tight.
Ty Smith? Ty Smith comes in at 48.
He's 48 and he's a veteran. He's had some games under his belt, so that's why he's higher than obviously Perry Nickerson and comes in at 48.
Next up, Jalen Naylor. Hardly know her. Hopefully, next time this year when we're doing this, he's ranked 12.
We hope so. And he does have that kind of talent. He's very, got some great speed. Problem with Jalen Naylor is he's been hurt. He cannot stay healthy. He's been hurt multiple times in his college career, which makes me think this isn't just, freak incidents. Some guys are just more injury prone than others. I think Jalen Naylor may be. I'll keep my fingers crossed because they're retrying this guy as a punt returner as well. So there is some hope for this guy to have some kind of an impact as a rookie. For a 6th rounder, that's more than you can usually ask for.
Yeah, I just feel burnt. I mean, I knew it's a new regime, new people making the picks, but we've struck out on late round wide receivers so many damn times. I mean, it seems like we just take them all the time and they never pan out. I mean, yeah, we get a BC Johnson mixed in there, but I don't know. Expectations are low for him unfairly just for previous history.
Yeah. Yep. So, and then topping this list off, coming in at 46, is our cornerback. He is, what do they always say about this guy? He's from where?
Harrison
Temple Tough.
Hand?
He's Temple Tough. He's Temple Tough. Harrison Hand. Here's the thing with Harrison Hand. Doesn't see a lot of action, but when he does, I mean, the guy makes more good plays than bad plays.
Yeah, he's had some stints, some runs where I've been very excited about him. Even as a rookie when he got out there, he looked good. I think expectation-wise, I felt that he probably should have came along more at this point in his career. They were messing with him at corner, safety, maybe whatever. But, I hate the fact that he is going to be scrapping to make this team.
Yeah, I was expecting a much more bigger year 2 jump from Harrison Hand, and it just didn't happen last year. So, again, I don't know what the reason is for that. Was it just he mentioned him playing multiple positions, or Mike Zimmer being hesitant to get him out there? I don't know. But Harrison Hand, a guy I'd like to see still make this team.
Oh, handy. There it is. That is our list so far. The next one will be getting into the nuts and bolts of this roster, baby.
Yeah, it really will be. Getting into some starters. It's going to be exciting. Things are going to get even hotter as we creep toward number 1. I know who my number 1 is already. We'll see if we agree on that.
Wow.
All right, so that is it. That is numbers 60 to 46. Everybody have a great holiday weekend, and also keep your skull in your hole. And remember this: Captain Crunch's full name is Horatio Magellan Crunch.